Kentucky has already gotten more than its fair share of rain. Last month, historic flooding killed 7 people, and more than 30 counties are seeking disaster assistance. That flooding also impacted the state's signature industry. Nicole Skanga visited the bourbon capital of the world for a firsthand look at restoration efforts in America's oldest distillery.
If you know whiskey, you know Kentucky bourbon.
Weller's is a favorite. I like Blanton's as well.
And if you know Kentucky bourbon,
Buffalo Trace.
Chances are you've heard of the Buffalo Trace Distillery. Home to 770 employees and 1 million barrels. This sprawling campus in Frankfort, Kentucky has produced scores of spirits for over 2 centuries, bottling up more than 100 labels. But America's oldest continually operating distillery ground to a halt last month amid historic floods, when a master distiller, Harlan Wheatley, says the nearby Kentucky River just kept rising.
The river was coming up at about a foot an hour. By April 7th, the water was over our head, about 10 foot deep where we're standing.
As electricians replace wiring in gas boilers, Wheatley says there are no plans to shrink production.
So all the electronics had to be replaced and fixed and valving.
Or move to higher ground.
Can't have Kentucky bourbon without Kentucky.
This 400-acre Kentucky campus has weathered its fair share of floods over the years, memorialized on columns and walls inside the distillery.
We were creative enough to, mark it on these pillars over the years, and 1997 was one of the more recent floods, and that was a pretty bad one. But then 1978, and then as you can see from the watermarks, we were about almost a foot above the 1978 mark.
But this year's water line marked a new record.
Harlan, looking at this wall, you have a flood plan. Do you need a new flood plan?
No, we actually did. We did update the flood plan. Every time it floods, we learn a little bit more things that we should do differently.
Crews raced to restore tanks ahead of the distillery's busiest days, dubbed Derby Week by locals. And visitors flocking to the Run for the Roses also raced here.
You need bourbon, you need mint juleps, and you need racehorses. Otherwise, it's not Derby.
Crossing another item off their Kentucky bucket list.
Heading into these weeks are the busiest weeks of the year.
General Manager Tyler Adams welcomed back visitors this week.
Tour guides that are here doing tours, they were here, going through the water, cleaning things up. Our retail team, events team, everyone was pitching in to get everything back up and going.
A lot of sleepless nights.
Yes.
The distillery now offers limited tours and tastings.
Oh, now that's smoother.
The soft reopen marks a step in the right direction, not just for bourbon lovers, but for a city still reeling from disaster.
To see it back up and running means something to Frankfort.
Yeah, and it means something to us too, because we have 770 employees. We have a lot of families that depend on a job, and for us, the economy in the area, and we want to be up and running.
Cheers to resilience.
A comeback story.
Cheers.
That will make you want to raise a glass. For CBS Saturday Morning, I'm Nicole Skanga in Frankfort, Kentucky.
Great story, Nicole, but where's our glass raising?
Where's our Buffalo Trace?
Here it is.
Oh, it is really amazing to see how quickly they can get things
going
again from the history and the things that they learned in the past that they're able to use. But I was like, Nicole, do you need a different floodplain?
I know exactly. When you think about that, it's like,
basement?
at what point do you need to move to higher ground, or at least raise the roof?
I don't know.
Or the basement.
They'll be raising the roof at the Derby today. That
They
is
certainly
certain.
will.